quite rude. I am very, self-conscious about how my voice sounds right now.
And yet here we are.
And yet, here we are. Because we got to get so many recordings in before the holiday break before you all leave.
Go drown in honey, Jeff.
I will drown in honey. And welcome back to the 7 Stars to the Right podcast. Hey guys, how's it going?
Keeping it classy,
This is session 29 for you guys keeping track at home.
For you Jeffs out there.
Everybody uploading those episodes.
What do you guys remember from the last episode?
We were being followed.
That's it.
That's the only thing?
Yep, that's
Guitar centers.
Guitar center. I forgot about the Guitar Center.
Take Claire to a Guitar Center. I forgot about that.
Also, actually, a more serious thing that I would like to ask: could we all have access to the money? I know I've been tracking it, but it feels like everybody should just have a credit card. Maybe we got a shared bank account, something like that. Just it feels like too much power for Nona to just be like, yes, you may purchase this thing.
Yeah, everyone has access to the account.
Cool. So if you want to retcon and say you bought Claire a guitar.
Oh, I didn't buy anything Claire didn't want to buy.
They were just window shopping.
I know. I'm just saying. There was a conversation there where they were like, we could maybe ask Nona for money. And I was like, oh, no.
That was an excuse to get Claire outside. It wasn't he has a credit card. It's under a fake name that I keep forgetting. I need a
KK Slider.
It's under KK Slider. Kleider Slider.
It's like Kevin Clyde or something like that. Clyde Kevin. Something
it's Kevin Kleider Slider. That's right.
So that's all you guys remember.
We've been waiting for that meetup to happen. I went and put a drone link in Juan, and then on my way back, I felt a disturbance in the force, as if someone was watching me. Mm-hmm. And that was annoying because Nona doesn't get feelings like that. So
this could stop.
And then I led it back to the rest of the group, and now everybody's being followed. So I effed that up. That's okay though, because now I have friends.
Yeah, we definitely ended the episode with Claire grabbing Alex and saying, "Did you feel that?" Whereas Micah does not feel anything.
Nope, I didn't see anything. What's the feeling?
Don't look like anything to me.
So is that all you guys remember? Because one other big thing happened.
No, I think that's it.
Yeah. All right.
Is that the episode where they wouldn't let me keep the bear?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's exactly the episode. Yeah. You guys met with Arcus, the Ursum, with the prosthesis.
The one who's dead now because you wouldn't let me keep him, you jerk.
The one that saw the flesh beast.
Right.
I believe you also called up Davos to ask him about this flesh beast.
And gave him Marcus's address.
Yep.
No, we didn't.
Please no.
That didn't actually
The man
happen.
has too many death flags already. Please let him have this.
Davos was like, that's weird. I need to go now. And was generally being shifty.
And he dropped his cell phone.
Davos shifty? No. Surely you jest.
Oh, yes, I do jest.
Oh, okay, cool. It's fine then.
And Arcus also had a proposal for you guys where he's willing to give you money so he can get travel off of the planet, which you guys effectively said, we'll think about it.
We got his phone number though, right?
You did get his phone number, yes.
Perfect.
Got his number.
I forgot to tell him to install Find My Friends.
And do you guys remember what his side of the story was other than the flesh of beast?
Of course.
There was oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yes. There was a mysterious person who was wearing, I believe it was half black, half gray mask, who ironically or perhaps fittingly also got cut in half. I like to imagine directly along the mask line.
Sadly, it's the other way around. Torso from legs.
Oh, okay. If you're going to do it the boring way to cut a person in half, geez.
Worst kind of
There's less
honestly.
things to cut through that way.
It's true, which just that just indicates to me that the flesh beast or whatever is just lazy, taking the easy way out.
You're looking at your phone.
So well, you were asking about Arcus. I was looking at my notes.
I'm sorry.
He was also part of the Fire Fang clan.
Yes,
true. Disowned.
He was part of a clan that he was disowned from. So I believe that's everything. Let me look at my notes. I think, Micah, you said something about putting out a feeler for the flesh beast. I don't know if that was just talking to Davos or actually going on to the forum about it.
On the forum.
Yeah, no, that was the lead. I went on the forum, and then
It was connected.
and then they were like, "Hey, flesh beast sounds like that thing," and that's why I talked to Davos.
Yeah, that's fair. All right. And now you're here, which is so.
Still waiting for that meeting.
Yeah, so you're around. Well, it's happening soon, but effectively where we left off is Nona went off into the distance, and everyone else stayed behind to see if they could see or feel anything. Nona, I think you noticed that it felt like that presence was no longer following you as much as maybe it once was.
Oh, okay.
And Alex and Claire noticed that they could feel something, and we ended right at that point, basically. So Claire reached out to Alex and says, "Can you feel that?"
No.
Okay.
No. Is you feel something? Yeah. What?
Yeah. There's something here. And she starts looking around, at not super like darty, but kind of just like taking in all of the surroundings.
Yeah, I think we tried that already.
We're in like a square, yeah, with like people walking around.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let's just talk out here, I suppose. So 50-50. What was the odds that something does it get worse if we go somewhere private, or better or worse to be out in public? Everyone.
Science.
You guys are sounding really paranoid. What are you talking about? What is this feeling? What?
What's a feeling? All right.
Are you
now
sure?
let's all tune in for Nona attempts to explain feelings.
No.
Yeah.
I'm turning off that program right now.
All right.
So far, the experiments I've been running on this do not appear to have yielded anything particularly useful, but I'm on board for trying more things.
Right. Okay. Let's talk here. We have an unknown spotter, let's say, that's going around, and I can like still feel it. I didn't say it. I said I didn't, but there was a clear ending to that.
He was lying.
You can, in fact, feel this presence when you sort of focus your mind inward.
Actually, you know what? I was joking about it, but I do think Nona is going to attempt to explain this to Micah.
Okay.
I was going to say, this is going to sound strange, but it's not something that you can see. It is not something that you can hear. It is as if there was another sense outside of the normal 5, which is, of course, ridiculous because people only have 5 senses. But if you were to pretend for a second that you had a different sense, what is it saying to you?
Are you trying to describe to me what like a feeling is? Is that? I'm just trying to. It's like I have heard of feelings before, actually.
It's my understanding that feelings normally are like they motivate you to do stuff, and they come from sort of inside more.
Yeah,
like you're happy, you do a thing.
It's a thing you feel.
Sad, you do a thing
inside of your. Yeah.
Are there super specific feelings? Like there's something watching me right now, and oh God, run.
Yeah.
Constant,
that's usually that's called fear.
No, I've felt fear before. This is different.
Okay, well, it seems like all of y'all are on some level that I'm not on. I'll trust you.
No, I want to follow this train a little bit further.
Okay, go.
Have you ever been at a bowling alley and you've rolled like 3 gutters in a row, and the little pins come on the screen and they like dance around, making fun of you, and you know that nobody in the other lanes is actually paying attention to you, but it feels like they are?
What's bowling?
It's a
It's a castle.
Okay. I don't think we do that here.
Sorry for the tangent. I don't know if this changes anything.
No, okay. I don't know why I'm not getting anything, but I'll follow what you guys think. Everyone's wigging out.
Agreed. I am wigging out.
Well, it hasn't done anything yet, right? At least that we know of. It's just sort of watching us.
We are about to go to, as I understand it, a very illegal meetup. Maybe not, the meetup itself isn't illegal, but there will be a lot of people there and they will be discussing crime, which in general, as I understand it, is not something you want someone watching for.
That's true.
That's a good point.
But, whatever this thing is, I guess it's not watching me, maybe. So I can just go do that. If, that was pretty much the plan, was that the two of us were going to go.
Maybe
you can hang back with the others and I'll try and figure out this Dorian Gray stuff that we're trying to track down.
I could send Juan with you and go with the others. If that's a thing if we don't think that will frighten people off. I don't really know. He's a security bot. He's not exactly the most threatening of presences, but
yeah, I don't see the trouble with that.
Excellent.
Just a little
I like
extra
this plan.
security.
Does that mean we're not going to have Micah's back then? We're just going to go somewhere else?
We're going to go watch him from the roof. And then if things go poorly, I can control Juan now. Oh, I forgot to mention that's what I was off doing.
Oh.
Watch this. And I'm just going to sort of drone link control Juan.
And what do you command him to do?
I'm gonna Kirsten really wants to do like the worm or something here, but Nona is probably going to be like wave and then walk over and pat head of Claire.
All right. So you type into your little link and Juan immediately sort of lurches to life and just walks over to Claire and just goes while patting her head. Oh, neat.
Agreed.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, as long as I am sort of in visual contact, and I believe the range on this is such that I can control it from the rooftop we scoped out, I can send Juan with Micah and she can have the meeting. And if something goes wrong, I can control Juan from where we are.
Okay. That sounds like a plan. Are we just going to do that then?
Yeah.
Sure.
That's fine with me.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, as long as your guys' feelings aren't like pointing you toward whatever this problem is, there's nothing else to really do about it, huh?
I'm about 70% sure you are also being watched, to be honest.
Doesn't feel like it.
I did say 70%.
Oh, maybe.
That is a C minus.
All right. So that sounds like a plan. Do you guys have anything else that you want to do before this meetup happens fairly soon? I think a couple of you guys, Alex, Micah, and Claire, went to scope out a nearby building that the meet could probably be watched from. I assume that's where the contingent of people who is not going to the meet is going to.
And I think I thought we prepped the door too, didn't we?
Yes, you prop the door such that it should not be locked and you should be able to have access to the roof.
Cool. Just jam gum in there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
let's do it.
It sounds like so. Micah, you go off along with Juan, I suppose. Kirsten, you say
I actually don't know if we've discussed this on air, so I'm going to repeat it. I have given the rest of the sort of party members admin control over Juan.
To like be
so you
able to
can
give
tell him to go
orders.
here, go there, all of that stuff. Other people he will not respond to, but he will respond to their orders.
All right. So it's just you and Juan, Micah, standing in front of Club Vortex. It's night now. It's actually quite late in the night. So there's not as big of a line as there maybe once was outside the door. But you're just sort of hanging out, waiting for the time to tick up. And Nona, Alex, and Claire have taken their position up on the building. Do you guys have like binoculars? I think you grabbed a couple of
I
binoculars.
have a pair, yeah.
Who gets the binoculars?
I would like some.
Sure. I mean, like whoever wants them. I went and bought some. I remember
all right,
specifically saying that. But,
so people have binoculars, can see what's going on,
Sure.
and Claire also is possibly can telepathically link to Micah and say, "Get out of there! Something's coming."
Yep.
yeah.
That was the plan.
hmm
So Micah, you see.
I'm guessing I can't hear through Juan. Like that would require more of a connection than just telling him what to do. We don't have like Mike. I could say this thing, but it wouldn't.
That is correct. You don't
Cool.
have access to his senses.
I should have bugged him.
As we're getting ready, before people show up, Alex is gonna want to just kind of almost like mindlessly, like a radio check almost.
Mhm.
Just being like to Claire, okay, can you send a quick message to Micah making sure that it's all working? Ask for just some kind of signal, tap hand.
Yeah, I can do that. And she concentrates quite a bit in Micah's direction. And Micah, within your head, as you're just sort of looking around, people watching, you hear, Micah, if you can hear me, please raise your hand and tap your head.
Okay.
You didn't hear that.
Is that something that you do,
I'm
Micah?
gonna give just kind of a nice big stretch and then kind of scratch my head with one arm.
Okay.
Lovely.
Maybe we come up with a different signal. Can she reply to you?
Yeah. She can talk back to me.
Does she know that?
And she focuses again and says, Micah, you can think back to me as well, just so you're aware.
Oh, yeah, shit. I forgot about that. Not sure why you told me to do this.
Where's the pen,
You know what? All
Micah?
right. Good. No, great. All right. We're set.
Cool. Yeah.
Tell Alex we're set. I'm assuming that he's trying to double check everything.
Yep, that's Alex. And she turns to you and gives you the thumbs up. She can
hear?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. Yeah. Who's throwing the bomb? Nona? My arms are tired.
I'll take the flashback.
I had
Oh,
the
right.
flashbang, yeah.
That was
Who's
that
gonna
was a
kill
plan.
Micah?
The nuclear warhead we prepared last time.
Yeah.
Right.
I tried. I touched.
I did
guitar string
forget.
and sliced open all of my hand.
I did forget that technically does mean that all of our flashbangs are in the same place, which is slightly annoying, but that's fine.
Yeah. Yep. Well,
It's all right.
Yeah.
keep the link open. And
So I think I've got one, and you have one currently. So if you want me to have both, that's also fine.
oh, if you already have one, that's
I
good.
already have one.
Cool, perfect.
Because I was originally going to bring it to the meeting so we could have a 2 flashbang kind of situation.
All right, cool. So as the night wears on, eventually you see Micah, you see Zip come out, and just to remind people what this torque looks like. They are a silver-skinned, blue-speckled torque, and what their attachments are prosthesis of both the legs and the arms to make them vaguely human size, because torque are normally around closer to 4 feet. So it's like a torque torso, but like human arms and legs. So the arms and legs are just a little longer than
What's
it really
the green
should fit.
person's name from Steven Universe?
Peridot with the lemon enhancers.
Yeah,
There we go.
I am
There you
thinking
go.
Peridot lemon enhancers right now is exactly what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that's
But
that's about
gray
right.
and blue
Yeah.
speckled as opposed to green. But
Yes, and they see you, Micah, and says, "Oh, Micah, we're your friends."
Hey, Zip. Yeah, they had to go deal with something else, but figure, hey, this meat obviously seems pretty sick, and I'm happy to be around for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You hyped up? You ready, man?
Oh yeah, I'm
All right.
ready to go.
Great.
Who's your friend here? As
Oh,
they
this is
gesture
Juan.
Hello, Juan.
Hello. Excellent. Well,
Yeah.
if you want to just follow me into this alley back here.
Oh, yeah, I love going into alleys. This is great. Mhm.
And so, very nonchalantly, this torque starts making their way towards an alley that is around the side of Club Vortex. and it's an alley. You
Is
see,
it a
like,
nice alley, Jeff?
No, it's a run of the mill alley. It's got like a
But
dumpster.
not a below average alley either. It's
yeah, it's an average alley.
Suspiciously
Okay.
average alley.
oh no.
It's got only some trash in it, not like overflowing with trash. There's not slime oozing from the walls, so that's pretty nice.
That's kind of disappointing, actually.
I mean, it's an average alley.
It's
It's
an
it's not
average
like a
alley.
super nice alley, but again, it's not filthy. Anyway, so Zip continues towards this alley and goes into it and actually walks a couple paces down the alley until he's about halfway and just stands there and says, "All right, this is where they said they meet us."
I am so excited for this man to die. Side note.
So-
Kirsten, side note.
So you got this Dorian Gray's number, right? You supposed to like give him a ring or how?
Oh, no, he was going to meet us here at this time. So,
All right.
He
Like
just-
like this time, like
right now, yes.
huh.
424.
As
All
they
right.
like look around.
I'm not seeing anyone, are you?
Can I make a
Yes,
what
you
is,
may.
is perception what it's called
Someone
in this
roll
game?
something, please.
Notice.
Actually, everyone who
No,
can sort of see
no.
into the alley roll. it was
Lasers
to
from space. I called it.
notice check.
Alex is gonna
orbital
keep,
strike.
gonna
I'm assuming what kind of notice?
Wisdom notice.
Wisdom notice.
Classic. I got a 9.
Ooh.
Alex is mostly watching the
Right.
door, the entrance to the roof, because Nona and Claire are presumably looking at the alley.
That's correct.
alley.
I also got a 9.
Oh,
I rolled a 10 and then -1 because I'm bad at wisdom.
Same, me too.
Hey,
6.
high fives.
Okay. So no one on the roof notices this because you guys are quite far away. But Micah being right there, you see near farther back into the alley, the opposite side on which you came from, a figure steps from the shadows. And let me describe this figure to you.
Do they have a full body? Do they have half of a body, perhaps?
They do, in fact, have all of their limbs intact
Well darn.
and attached to one another.
Um,
Micah, you see a tall man dressed head to toe in combat armor.
ugh.
This has been stylized black and adorned with silver accents. He wears a helmet with a visor that goes down to just below his nose, revealing his mouth. On the visor is a silver skull paired with a jawbone marking on his chin, with a jawbone marking on his chin that gives the impression that the skull is talking when he moves his mouth. He wears a long sword on his hip, and several smaller blades are strapped to various parts of his body.
Fantastic.
He speaks out to you guys and says, "You Zip?"
Why, yes, I am. And this is my good friend Micah.
And
Sup?
this figure, who has now stepped out of the shadows, so everyone else can see at least the fact that they're talking to other people,
Sure.
not necessarily see what Micah's seeing right now, but see that there's a figure that Zip and Micah are talking to.
Mhm.
Who are you? Zip didn't say he was meeting with anyone.
Yeah, just a buddy of Zip here. Thought this would be a productive conversation, and Zip invited me. So
Look, guys, we don't remember why we're here either.
It's been so
call
long.
me out. Why don't
I
you?
just
Why-
really
we just want to
wanted
know
this
who Dorian
meeting
Gray
to
is, right?
We
That-
just want to see
This
what's
is
going
supposed to
on.
be Dorian Gray.
no, I know. So, like, presumably,
Jeff,
you know,
believe in your characters.
quote,
This
unquote,
is Dorian Gray. This
This
is
so
Dorian
things are
Gray.
supposedly going great. Did we didn't have any other greater objective? Did we?
Edgelord, Dorian Gray. No, not
No,
at all.
Zip just said, "Hey, want
Hey,
to
you
come
want
to
to
my
come?
secret
Yeah.
rendezvous?"
He was
And I said,
His
"Fuck
meeting
yeah."
with
incredibly
Dorian Gray.
Helpful and
Yeah, so that,
friendly.
Yeah,
This
let
is
me
going
remind-
exactly to
Dumb.
plan.
His
He's just like,
plan-
hey, you want to show up?
No, he is and just to remind you guys, he wants to be a drug lord. He does not currently
He
have
does.
a chemist.
He does not have any
he
drugs.
steals drugs
Step
from
one.
hospitals.
Get drunk.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
fact, that's one of the things that he's hiring Dorian Gray to do, and that is what they are talking about here.
Right.
So Zip
Hey, you got those drugs?
starts off by saying,
See, look, there was a general who was shot a couple days back, and he is currently at this hospital that we're going to hit. And you might think, oh, security. Well, most of the security is going to be watching him, not going to be watching the drugs. So that's why I think we swoop in, we take the drug right from out there under their noses.
and the man standing across from you guys says, this is your plan. You understand that there's probably more security there now that the general is there, right? And Zip just has a dumbfounded look on his face, says,
No, there should be less because they're moving the security from the drugs to the general.
I'm really
I'm gonna-
glad Nona was not actually a part of this conversation because I have some choice words.
I'm gonna turn to the presumptive Dorian Gray and say, so look, man, I'm a little curious. I've heard that you do these kinds of meetups often. Is this kind of your general gig? If you don't mind me asking.
and he turns to you and says, yeah, this kind of thing is my gig.
All right, you're sounding a little hesitant, if you don't mind me saying. Like, what's your
Being called out.
what's your angle here? Are we doing this job with Zip? I'm just curious.
And they're a little taken aback by that. He does a little bit of like one of those shoulder rolls to try and like
Seemed
shake-
cool.
shake off like whatever you just threw your way. You see, I don't take suicide missions. Micah, was it?
Yep.
So yeah, trying to watch out for myself and my own, if you catch my drift. So getting in bed with this apologies if I come off as harsh, crazy Torque over here. And Zip goes,
Dude, there's
None
no
taken.
need to bring race into this.
he didn't bring race into it. He was just saying this Torque is crazy.
Crazy. That's fair.
So no, I guess I'm just a little confused, if you don't mind. It's like, because you took this meeting. I've heard, the amazing Dorian Gray, very specific, very exacting with their meetups. So like, I mean, this is just Zip. This is kind of what he's like. I don't know
How
what
did you not
expected.
know this?
And at that, as this conversation's going on, Alex, you might have been paying attention a little bit to the people on the roof as well as the general rooftop, not just completely focusing on what's going on down there.
Mm-hmm.
Claire has tensed up, and she reaches out to you, Micah, and you hear in your head, "That's not Dorian Gray.
What?
But he thinks you might be with them."
I'm going to brain back with whom?
Dorian Gray, he thinks you might be like involved. I'm not sure why. And he goes, so how much do you know about Dorian Gray?
Hella. Say hella.
You're not there, Nona.
I know. Also, Nona wouldn't say
Yeah.
that. This is just Kirsten.
There are
Sorry.
other people on the roof, or this is me watching Claire?
You see her like tense up, like
Like
something
seeing
like
Claire. Okay.
came across her mind and is sending thoughts.
Yeah.
But she may have whispered to you guys, not Dorian Gray. Thinks Micah might be.
I know a little
Micah
bit.
to lean into it.
I know a little bit about Dorian Gray. Anything you feel like sharing?
And at that, his head sort of ticks and says, Zip, I'm afraid I'm going to have to call off our little rendezvous today. I have some words with your friend Micah over here. Do you have a moment to talk? And Zip just sort of like looks between the two of you and goes,
Well, what am I, just chopped liver? I gotta steal them tonight.
Gotta get those drugs.
Gotta get those drugs. I'm running low right now. I have to get them so I can sample a little bit of them and then sell them.
All right, Zip, why don't you run back inside? I think the two of us are just going to have a little bit of a chat, and I'm sure we can get your whole drug shit figured out.
We're going to have to take him out.
And he
If
looks.
Zip shows any signs of aggression, Nona will take over Juan.
Okay.
Like if he ends up going like, haha,
No.
I'll fight you.
Fisticuffs.
So I'm going to
Fisticuffs,
hold my
yeah.
action for haha.
I will hold my action for haha.
I'm sorry, he never went haha.
Oh, well, darn.
You forget about the ho-ho.
Exactly.
And he Zip looks between you guys and like gets in close to you, Mike, and whispers in your ear.
Can you put in a good word for me though? Because I'd like those drugs if possible. Like, just
Oh yeah, but I've totally got you. I'll slap him on the back and kind of push him toward the door.
awesome. Yeah. Just let me know what happens. I'll just be right inside.
Finger guns.
Excellent. Awesome. Well,
And he just sort of waves at Dorian Gray, or this man who is not actually Dorian Gray, and walks out the alley. And now it is just you, this man, and Juan, who is kind of standing at attention.
Mm-hmm. Because the haha has not happened yet.
So, Dorian.
Yeah. I suppose
Dorian.
you know that this is just sort of a facade, right?
It's cute that you have to say it out loud, but yeah.
We were trying to be subtle about it. You see.
You see.
We were having a certain air of class.
So, look, I would like to give you my pitch, if that's possible, but my stuff isn't here. It's in a warehouse one spire over. He said the thing!
All right.
I'd like to, talk things over there. I'm a big fan of your work, and I want to show you what I have to bring to the table,
Go home, buddy. I work alone.
Oh, no.
Who are you, kid? Why are you wearing this getup? What are you trying to do?
So, do I call you Dorian? Do I call you Mr. Gray?
Mr. Gray is fine.
Ooh.
Mr.
Mr. Gray.
Dr. Gray.
Dr.
Please, I went
Gray.
to school.
Got that PhD for a reason. Thank you.
It is an art history.
But it's still technically.
So I've been following your work, or your group's work for quite a while now, and I feel like some skills that I could really bring to the table. I recently heard that there was a fight where one of your operatives may have passed, and that there might be a new opening for the Gray name. And I'd like to give you my pitch and show you like my wares, and like kind of show
Kahit
you
has
like
wares if you have coin.
all my stuff is back at the warehouse. I don't necessarily have it here right now, and I can't really give this pitch in just an alley outside of this Chuckleheads club, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm gonna beam the cliff notes of that information back to Claire.
Okay, and she gives again
Sure.
cliff notes
Sharing
to-
information.
Yeah, to the group.
Should we go down there?
No, we can meet them at the warehouse.
Okay.
And
It'll look secretive and spy-like.
I like that.
Also, while the dude, what's his name? Sorry, I'm totally blanking. The Torque.
Zip.
Oh,
Zip. Well, Zip walks over. Alex is gonna kind of trace the rooftop and start looking out at the entrance to the alley. Hopefully, this one dude walking out of the alley isn't gonna draw a bunch of attention from cops. Like,
Yeah, no, he walks out and walks back towards the door and is let in by his bouncer. You don't notice anyone of particular notice.
Cool.
Just say like, "Oh, that's weird. He walked out of an alley."
all right, I'll say to the guy, look, all right, looks like you've got some moxie, kid. I'll check out what you've got. What should I call you?
Yeah, my name is Goro Sato, and he he's dropped this like Batman facade and just is like, he seems like an intern or like I really want this job, man, and he reaches out like his hands like
A replacement for Brian, perhaps.
so I can give you like the full rundown of what I can do, and maybe you can talk about like the organization, because I've been following you guys pretty closely for quite a while now, and this is kind of a big moment for me, and I'd love to sort of work with you. So and he jots down on a piece of paper some notes, an address. When you take a look at it, it's in the same vicinity as the Donahue shipping warehouses where the attacks first took place, the assassination attempt.
Convenient.
So yeah, I can, if you want to do this tonight, I can just go head over there right now ahead of you guys and try and give you some like a demonstration,
Yeah. Why don't you tidy up, make your pitch, and a few of us will meet you there.
Awesome. Thanks. You won't regret it. And he does like a little, like a mini bow, and then goes off the way he came out the other alleyway.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna signal to Claire
By reaching up and tapping your head incredibly obviously.
I think the meet's over. She raised her arms and patted her head. That was the signal.
The universal sign of everything's fine.
Should I guess we go down and
Nona writes that down for later.
Oh no.
All right. Yeah. Let's go. Let's go talk.
So you guys, I assume, go down and convene sort of on street side. Are you going into the alley itself, or are you just going to be out and
Just going to go wherever Micah is.
I will say, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. When this person showed up, Garo Sato, who you now know is not actually Dorian Gray, this feeling that Nona, Alex, and Claire felt just started to sort of melt away until it was just no longer there.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing wrong with that. Anyway, what do you guys
Wait,
thought?
that's great.
Yeah, you're no longer being followed.
Oh, yeah, no, totally. And nothing else.
absolutely.
Nothing else about that. It's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Nona knows nothing else. Kirsten is screaming inside the bars of her cage in my head.
Did he say he was going to head right over there to the warehouse?
Yeah, that's what he said. Seems like a very earnest kid, like really wants to get into the organization of Dorian Gray, be an operative he was talking about.
Oh, good.
So, yeah, that sounds like maybe it's a little bigger than we maybe knew.
I would like to call attention to some things.
Go ahead, Nona.
Mostly I was being watched, and then we were being watched, and now we are no longer being watched. And
You're sure?
I roll for that.
No, you don't need to roll for that. You are
Yes.
sure. You are no longer that presence that you were feeling, that sixth sense that was tingling, is no longer tingling. It is an absence of that feeling.
It is my understanding that originally my hypothesis was that they were looking for Claire. So we regrouped, and stuff started focusing on Claire, and I felt the feeling lessen. And now it's gone. And the only two people we have met up with since have been Zip and
This dude.
Fake
Garo
Gray.
Sato.
Yeah.
if you will, which means
Heather.
Fake Gray, I like that, is probably the person that is being sought out.
Maybe we should get to that warehouse sooner than later.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with this.
Quick thoughts that I was having up there. Claire, you're obviously very attuned to that things. As a telepath, perhaps. We know that there is probably a telepath. I forget how the taboo on that word works, but I imagine there's some kind of telepath power there. And slightly. So yeah, I think if there is something watching, it might not be the flesh beast thing, but maybe that telepath. So, keep your thoughts about you.
Okay, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah. I think, look, we can like hash out other stuff later, but I think
No, we should go.
We should probably go like now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it is wise for you to lean into the persona of Dorian Gray for now.
Oh, 100%. I'm milking this shit. It's so fun.
Okay. As long as we are, as they say, on the same page.
Yeah. All right, let's head over.
So are you guys going to like immediately head over?
Oh, we're
so
speed walking.
Okay.
Maybe not straight out running because we don't want to draw attention, but we are booking it.
Okay, yeah. So it's a bit of a walk. It is one spire over. But you come across, it's a fairly empty part of town. It's more of like industrial rather than like residential or commercial. So there's like long swaths of just like, it's a concrete jungle. So you've got like big buildings that don't appear to have any lights on, maybe have been closed for possibly years, and other ones that like the Donahue shipping you walk past, and there are people taking boxes off onto boats. And as you continue to make your way to this address, you I think the sun starts to come out because you guys were out pretty late.
Mike is tired. The rest of us are not.
And Claire as well, but
That's right.
I've been getting my rest, so I can go for a little longer.
And you come across the address that Garos gave to you. Sorry, not Garo.
Goro?
Goro. Goro.
Goro. Gotcha.
Goro Sato.
Yeah, we should write that down. He's definitely sticking around for a very long time.
I already have it written down.
He's gonna be,
and I'm sure this is
great.
a living person by the time we get there.
We speed walked, okay?
We did go as fast as we could.
We
Anyways,
tried.
Can I have you all roll a wisdom notice check, please?
No.
Have you all roll initiative, please?
I hate it.
8.
6. Stupid wisdom notice.
So as you guys make your way to the warehouse that the address is, it seems fairly run down. You see a bunch of broken windows, like boarded up. Like this has not been legally inhabited for quite a while. It's possibly was condemned. That's the word. As you guys come up to this warehouse, you Micah and Alex, you notice there's like a little like glow from the back corner through one of the windows where you assume there's some light coming from. This warehouse has a big door on the front, sort of double hinged, and then a couple of doors on the side, one of which all the way near the back is probably closest to the light that you see coming through. Which door do you guys want to go through?
So just a quick question. Is this warehouse like connected to the other Donahue shipping stuff, or is it just near there?
No, it's just near there.
Okay.
It's not actually a Donahue shipping.
I'd say
All right,
we go through
property.
the light door.
Let's
Keep that air of mystique. How did we know where the person was?
I want to take it
All right.
an even step further. If we can perhaps get view of a person in there. Claire, could you hide Micah from their perception and just... How are you doing?
I need to see the person, but I can try. Yeah.
Is there any way we could like peek in through anything?
There are like, again, there's some broken windows. There's some that are boarded up, but you can see like through slots on some of them, and there's some that are just regular old windows that you can peer through. But you guys go to the side of this building, and Claire like goes up to one of the boarded up ones, so you couldn't necessarily see her from the other way because she's just looking through 2 slots of wood. And she says, I think I see that person in there. I think I could do it from this range.
Okay,
Would
great.
you like me to try?
Yeah, in a little bit. Yes, my mother ingrained a love of the theatrics for me. Yes, Micah, into the light store, yeah? We'll hide you. You can go in there while you're distracted. Nona, maybe go in through the other side. Be like, when the time is right, reveal yourself. And you are
Should I
another
send
member.
Juan with Micah?
Yeah, he could be your whoever.
Juan
helper,
can go
whatever.
wherever. I think Juan can go with you feel like because I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm Dorian Gray, and then you guys are like my squad, so Juan can represent that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I go to a door, the second closest door, I guess.
Okay, so nearby, but not like
Not the door.
yeah. You from that door, you can't necessarily see where this light is coming from,
Mhm.
but you could probably quickly get in and help out if something goes down.
Yeah.
If you'd
Sounds good.
Micah, try to
Me and
get on the other
Juan.
side so that his back is facing towards the door that Nona comes in, and Nona, you can just kind of stealth up
Ooh, I like
while
that.
he's away.
I like that a lot.
Let's do that.
All right.
like. Okay, so you're having Claire use this ability, the suppress cognition.
Yeah,
ability.
to hide Micah.
I have to look at this man's stats now,
Oh, good.
which I definitely have.
Yeah, you definitely
I'm
have.
not at all making up.
Doesn't matter. You got a natural one. You don't see shit. So
That's true.
Claire says, "I got him. You are no longer. He's not able to perceive you unless you're in immediate threat."
Feel free to just let the door kind of, hang out in the wind for a little bit. Let him notice, let him walk over and close it, and then like really, really sell it, really milk it.
All right. Yeah.
David, would you
Alex, I didn't know
direct
you were
my
such a
next
theater
scary
kid.
movie, please?
That's okay. These are good notes. Yeah.
Dang.
Love it. All right. I'm going to follow that direction because I'm loving every second of this. So I'll go over to the back door near where the light is,
Okay.
and try and open it a bit.
Like just creak it open.
Just kind of creak it open a little bit.
Are you trying to be quiet or are you trying to make a noise?
I'm trying to unsettle him a little bit.
Okay. Like a little
Ooh.
Like, and then
All
like
right.
sneak inside.
Okay. Yeah.
While that happens.
So you creak this open, you get a better view of what is actually inside. This appears to be a warehouse. It the back part of it is on a higher level than the front part of it, probably to like assist for trucks, so you don't have to like go up a ramp or anything like that. They just back the truck back into it, and then they put the stuff on. You see a bunch of shelves just full of a mishmash of things, but there have been appears to have been some shelves that have been moved around in such a way that kind of it makes like a makeshift room. So you can kind of see like how in a studio apartment you might put up a bookshelf to split up the space,
Yes.
so to speak.
Yes.
It appears that who's ever living here right now has moved some shelves around to try and give themselves
to pretend they have a room.
Yeah, kind of.
I dig it.
And as you move in, where that room is, where the shelves are, and there are things on these shelves. It's a whole bunch of junk, but you can see Garo Sato, the person that you met before, moving around in there. And when they visibly hear this door open, and they poke their head out, kind of expectingly.
Nothing.
He like kind of like exciting, and just looks around and makes his way towards the door, and he gets to the point where you would say like, this person can see me now, but there's no recognition on his face. There's nothing that says like, oh, there's a person here right now. And like if his eyes glance over you, it just looks like he's looking straight through you. At this point in time, he's taken off his helmet. He still has the marking on his chin of where the
Well, now you're just
jawbone looks
half a
like.
skull. Now you look ridiculous, sir.
And you can see his skin a little bit better. He's a fairly young guy. He's probably a little bit younger than you, Micah, young 20s or something like that. Has a lot of eagerness in his eyes, but right now he goes to the door and just peeks his head out, looks around, and closes it. You're now inside, and he starts to walk back towards his little makeshift room.
All right. I'm going to.
Yeah, if you want to, he went on a path, opened the door a little bit, and then closed it fully. If you want to do something in the meantime,
Oh, no,
feel
that's
free
fine.
to.
If he's turned around, like kind of facing toward the front door, back, not facing where I am, I'm going to step out right into kind of the middle of that space in front of the back door and say, Goro.
Okay. And
Can he perceive me talking when he's like this?
no. So you hear inside your head, Micah, would you like me to turn that off for
Yes,
you?
please, Claire. Thank you. We're trying to have a
A little
moment.
word of this.
Yeah.
Give me a second.
And she says, okay, he can perceive you now.
All right, take 2.
How much of this can Nona see at this point? So she's on the, as I understand, is sort of the second closest door. Maybe there's windows, maybe there's not.
So right now, what you see is where exactly are you positioned, Micah? He is now at the far end of this room, away from his actual his makeshift room. Where are you in relation to
so
that?
I'm gonna be like right in his makeshift room. Like
like in the opening?
Yeah, like deep enough into the space, like but still closer to the back door than the front.
So, Mikey, you can see all of this, maybe not super well because occasionally he's going behind like junk and stuff like that. But you can very clearly see he's like on the west end, while Micah is on the eastern end, where the light is sort of pouring out. Are you just saying? Like,
So I'm mostly waiting for Micah to be revealed and to draw attention there. And at that point, I would like to attempt to silently enter the room.
Okay.
Yeah, so I will try and do that. I'm gonna.
Yep. Second try.
First one never happened. You never knew that I messed that up.
It's true. If no one sees you mess up besides Claire, did you really mess up?
Exactly. So being visible now, I'm gonna say Goro.
And he turns around at that one and says, "Oh, Mr. and Mrs. Gray, I didn't expect to see you so soon. Cool. Okay." And
You good? You did invite us over. You need a minute, buddy?
No. I'm ready. I was just wasn't expecting you to get in while I was not. Anyway, and he starts making his way towards you and towards the room, and it's like, oh, please come into my room.
If I can see
already
that
did.
shocking confusion happening, that is exactly the time where I want to. I don't know.
Yeah. Can you roll a dex sneak check, please?
I have both of those things, I think. Give us a sec. Oh, do. Oh, come on.
In
yellow
fact, I'm
dice.
going to have you roll 3 and drop the lowest.
Oh.
Because you're kind of doing this with advantage because he's very flustered right now.
2 of my dice turned out to be 6s. So let's see here. We've got 2
You get in
6s
just
plus
fine.
1 plus 0. So we have a 13.
You get in nice and smoothly. Like even people who are outside can barely hear you come in and creak the door open. And now you and Juan are inside.
And we're going to just sort of like approach and go for the same sort of we've just appeared behind you kind of thing.
Okay.
We're just going to sneak up, assuming all the attention is on our Dorian Gray over here.
Uh-huh.
We're just going to walk up and like chill. We're just
Okay.
going to be there.
So you're not necessarily trying to hide yourself.
No, we're trying to go for the same sort of effect of appeared out of nowhere kind of.
Okay.
This
So-
person is not paying attention to me. Like I'm going to get not super close. Not like you turn around and the person's right in your face, but like I'm also a part of this conversation and you did not notice me until just now.
And he directs Micah to like walk in before him.
Sure.
And he's like, "Oh, please come in. I have a couple of throwaway couches that you can sit on. Sorry that it's not more upstanding. I kind of just am squatting here." And as he's saying that, he looks over and just sees you as well as Swan and says, "Oh,
Completely neutral positions. We are standing there almost unnaturally still. No fun poses, no nothing weird.
okay, yeah, excellent. I am Goro," and he goes out to shake your hand, Nona.
Is
No,
Alex still
we'll
outside?
shake his hand.
Alex is outside.
Okay,
Yeah,
and
these are some friends of mine.
excellent.
Greetings.
All right, please come in. And he invites you into this space, and I can describe this space a little bit more. So there is a lamp that is sitting on a barrel in the middle of the room that appears to be the one point of light within this room that is sort of casting shadows out along the walls. He has a couple of kind of ratty-ass couches and stuff like that, obviously poached from wherever, or perhaps was here and just forgotten about. They've got some tears in them and some not so pretty smells. But what you see other than that is it is like a martial arts setup. He has a bunch of these dummies that he has set up, made out of wood. If you believe it, on Orisiame.
Yeah, that's kind of rare.
Yeah. And has them like stacked up around the room. You see on the other end of the wall opposite of the one that you came in, just an assortment of different weaponry, mostly blades, a lot of primitive blades, but as well as some tech level 4 blades, which are kind of like nanites. They cut a little bit better, do a little bit more damage if you miss, quote unquote. I hit the mic stand. Sorry.
Way to take us out of the moment, Jeff.
Hammer fist.
I was in a martial arts studio.
Bam. Anyway.
Well, we hit that really hard.
Oh,
Look at that
shit.
dummy die.
Now, pardon me while I take some water before I cough.
I just snipped this whole segment.
100%.
Yeah,
yes.
I'll snip it later.
All right, you deal with it.
I will deal with it.
Please leave the I'll snip it later part in, though. That's critical to, as I understand it, podcast comedy.
I think I've left in please cut that before.
Yeah.
Anyway, getting back on track.
Mm-hmm.
So all these primitive weapons up on the wall. On the opposite side, in front of this wall, is also a pretty ratty desk, gnarled. This one is not wood. It's just like some twisted up metal that has had like a flat piece of metal set on top of it. One thing that Nona, you notice is there is a spherical object that is sitting on this desk, and it has a bunch of other things like some papers and stuff. You can't read the papers, but this spherical object, it gives you some interest. It's not a core. I see what you're thinking. It's not a true AI core.
No, I was actually thinking Dorian Gray style stuff, but that's usually cubes, isn't it?
It is a sphere.
Oh. Sorry, no, correction. The thing that Dorian Gray usually sends out is a cube.
Spheres.
The beacons.
Yeah.
The beacons are spheres.
The beacons are
Okay,
spheres.
so like it is quite possible that this 100% is a Dorian Gray.
Yes.
Sphere beacon.
It's very
Justified
possible. And you also notice a
HM.
bunch. This thing
that is fair.
is very.
I
Yes,
meant
Jeff?
trademarked, not
trying to say
the
things.
Pokemon thing.
Sorry, Jeff. Did you want to say something?
This object is very clearly high tech, that you can see just a bunch of components within it because it is actually partially open, and there are a bunch of wires that appear to be going to different points inside of this machine to an almost radio receiver or something along those
I'm
lines.
gonna go investigate the shit out of that.
Okay, so you're just
Like all
beelining to that?
pretense. I don't care about this person. I have sufficiently scared them. I have appeared out of nowhere. Now I can do my part. Like, no.
Okay.
Don't care. This thing is the most important thing in the room. I'm gonna go look at it. Perhaps I remember to like program Juan to sit to maximize confusion here.
I'm gonna
But, like-
see Nona beelining toward technology and try and draw Goro's attention back immediately.
I will also say there's one more thing in the room on that desk is just a radio that's currently playing some just music.
Now I'm picturing like the what's it, the portal. Da-da-da-da,
yeah,
da-da-da-da-da-da.
yeah, kind of like that.
100%. Yeah, I want to go look at the sphere.
Oh, and he sees you approach this like, oh, yes, I stole that from one of your benefactors a little while back. The Ice Tongues, I think, Ursum group, very scary. Was able to get in.
Probably
get
the
out.
opposite of those fire guys, huh?
Shush you.
Sorry, my bad.
Hot teeth, cold mouth. Can't lose.
Oh,
Fire and ice.
hot teeth, cold mouth. I like that. I like that a lot.
Put that on a t-shirt.
I don't like it. I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
Hey, how you doing? Oh, you know, hot teeth, cold mouth.
Same.
Yeah, so able to infiltrate, got their beacon from them, and I actually was able to reverse engineer the signal and amplify it such that anytime someone tried to use a beacon in and around Jade, it was blocked. I suppose, though, that you guys already knew this, but I didn't have any way to contact you, so yeah. Would you like to see the demonstration?
Did you think this wise, blocking Dorian Gray's signals?
Are you trying to intimidate this person?
No, I'm just asking.
Oh, okay.
It might come across as intimidating, but this is 100% one of those questions from Nona that's just like, why are you doing the things that you're doing? This is confusing to me.
Well, I was aware that the spheres, the beacons changed hands a little bit in the past, and Dorian, you guys did in fact honor the beacon's use. So I figured that was fair game, and I'm aware that jamming the signal was maybe perhaps a little in your face, but I needed to get your attention somehow. That seemed like the best way to do so.
Well, kiddo, why don't we start with you telling us what you think you know about our little organization?
Meanwhile, Nona's going to go take this time to investigate the shit out of this sphere. I want to know how it works. I want to know down to its capacitors, resistors, all of that stuff. I want to know what is up.
And he's going to be focused on Micah and say, okay, yes. So Dorian Gray has been a single name that's been passed down since probably around the Scream times. But the face of this person has constantly changed. This person has taken damage that would kill a normal person and came back as a new one. So obviously there needs to be some method in which you guys choose new Dorian Grays. Obviously there's never been any feelers for this, so I assume you take either infants and train them up to be Dorian Grays, or some street orphan or something along those lines. So I understand I'm a little bit older than the normal person that you would normally select in this particular case, but I figured as well, since there's a clear handoff, there needs to be more people involved rather than just a single person. So that's why I figured you guys were an organization. It seems like you may be. Let's see, you operate with certain criminal organizations, mostly doing work that one might describe as Robin Hooding, where you kind of steal from the rich, give to the poor. I'm aware some of the jobs that I've done recently haven't necessarily followed that particular code of ethics, but I, again, trying to get your attention. And one thing I'm not sure about, if you mind me asking a question.
Sure. Go ahead.
So I notice that despite the fact I put on this jamming signal that your friend over there is looking at quite intensely, there were still Dorian Gray jobs being performed for Jordan Donahue of Donahue Shipping. Do you guys?
Just while we write this down.
do you guys? How? What is your relationship with him?
Well, I hope you'll understand if I can't tell you all the details right now. We haven't seen your pitch yet, of course. We can't quite,
yes. Oh, of
quite
course.
bring you in,
Was
but
this
you're
not
pretty
the
much on the
pitch?
ball. Well, I was hoping he was going to show us some of his
Yeah,
fancy shit he's got set up with his very nice wooden dummies here.
I thank you for noticing. Yes, I got them imported. If you want to see,
We're about to watch a teenager do martial arts at
in
a
his
bunch
early
of dummies. Oh, sorry, my
He's
bad.
watched so much Naruto.
He's
Just let him
watched
have
he
this.
runs so good with his arms outstretched behind him.
And in his own defense, he is a promising orphan.
He is the most promising of orphans.
so he directs you guys to sit on some of the couches. Do you actually, or are you just like standing, watching him vaguely menacingly?
Oh,
I like
Nona
that
does
one.
not sit.
Okay.
I like that one.
He's
Nona
like,
does not
"Oh,
need to sit.
all right. I was expecting you guys to sit over there, but I can move things around. And he
Nona
starts, like-
pushes buttons and Juan sits to maximize confusion.
Okay. Anyway, I'll just get started. And you, he finally sort of calms himself. He's very clearly been jittery this entire time, but he enters this sort of state, this almost trance-like state, where his breathing is just very regulated, and you just see calm wash over him. And he opens his eyes, and he just starts putting on an impressive display. I won't describe everything, but like taking out knives, stabbing different things, spinning over. Like very clearly, this is a very talented person when it comes to with different types of blades. He pulls out a laser pistol and shoots one of the wooden dummies directly in the chest multiple times, and like is displaying both forms of use of blades, use of small firearms, as well as just regular old martial arts. And this demonstration probably goes on for several minutes, probably five or 8 or something in that range. And he finishes up his sort of deal and does like a quick bow to you guys. He doesn't really know how to do it because you are all sort of surrounding him. So he just does like a small one with his palms pressed together to each one of you and says, what'd you guys think?
Question for you.
Yes.
Close your eyes. Close your ears. What do you sense right now?
And he looks at the three of you, also at the very clearly robot that is just sitting on
On the couch is the only one sitting. Fantastic.
and he says, "Oh, okay." And he does exactly that. And nothing. I'm sorry. Am I supposed to feel something? I can try again or more if you'd like. Maybe if you give me a little bit more direction.
Nona looks over at Micah.
That's all right. That's okay. One last question for you, Gora. That was a very impressive display. What's in this for you? Why are you so interested in joining our organization?
Well, I think that when I would be an asset to you guys, but this is really all I know how to do. I read stories about Dorian Gray growing up, and it was a vocation that sounded like it befitted me and my skills, you see. And I felt like this is what I'm good at. This is what I can do. And why not shoot for the stars and audition for the best, you know?
For sure. All right. I like your energy, kid. I'm gonna go confer over there for a little bit. You hang tight.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah. If you guys want anything, water, tea, or anything, I can get that or start preparing that for you guys.
Yeah, we're good.
Oh, okay. All right. I guess I'll go outside then.
You can. We'll go outside. You can stay here.
Okay. All right. Thank you for this opportunity again. I look forward to hearing from you.
Yep. Relax. Take a seat, kid. You look nervous.
Okay. And he sits down next to Juan, quite nervously.
Yeah, Nona's going to leave Juan here.
Okay.
Just sitting completely motionlessly.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm assuming we're coming back into the room after we've rendered final judgment, which is apparently a thing we're capable of now. Let's go outside and confer. Come, regroup. Bring the party.
I figure we should chat a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So look, we'll go outside, maybe try and reconnect with Alex if you're still lurking out there.
100%. And
Yeah.
Claire, assumedly.
And Claire, yes.
Yep.
I think during that, Alex would have kept Claire pretty much in sightline and trying to keep an eye on what's inside, but would have done just kind of like a lap around the warehouse.
Mhm.
Particularly like the path from this one to the warehouse that we saw the thing in.
Okay.
Just looking for signs of travel, human and otherwise.
Yeah.
And like just kind of any disturbance. But again, it's like while they're just talking, he's just kind of looking around there.
Can you roll a quick wisdom notice check, please?
Sure. Oh, nice. 12.
Nice.
Yeah, so you're able to do quite a good like look around, and the warehouse that the attack took place is a couple blocks over, but you're mainly looking for like just general travel between these different locations, and you really only notice like you take a good hard look, and there's just a bunch of footsteps in and out of the door that Micah went into. Nothing around the like the broken glass or anything like that. There's nothing clear that there's been another person using this place. So you would be pretty sure that the only person who's been consistently going here is Goro.
Okay, cool. Yeah. All right, that's it.
Okay. We reconvene.
Yeah, so we connect.
I'm surprised. He doesn't sense anything.
Yeah, that was a good check from you.
Claire, do you
But
feel anything?
unless, I mean, he might just not be that perceptive. I don't know how the feeling works
I
myself.
don't feel anything, Alex. Sorry, there's separate conversations going on. No, I'm not noticing that same presence as I was before. If it went somewhere else, I don't
Zip.
think it was here.
Is the one other person that was a part of that conversation?
That's true.
If the feeling is not with us and the feeling is not with Goro here, then the feeling is with Zip.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, that's a decent theory. I guess we could check up on him. Doesn't seem like much of a threat to anyone except maybe himself and an occasional person in the hospital.
Yeah.
It could potentially be beneficial to continue to pretend to be Dorian Gray and
We should get that thing, the orb.
Yeah.
We should get it.
Yeah. Here's
what did I learn from that, if anything, Jeff?
What kind of things are you trying to figure out?
Honestly, it's given that if I'm assuming that it is radioing to Dorian Gray in a way, one, how's the sort of blocker working? But more importantly, where's it sending a signal to?
It's similar to how he described it. It's not necessarily sending a signal to a specific place. It's just radiating a particular signal that it seems like only a very specific transmitter or receiver would get.
Sure. Can I mimic it?
As you look at this, it seems like this is Tech 5 stuff. You would be hard pressed to do it just by a quick glance at it now. But you can maybe mimic the signal if you had like an analog or something akin that would also be able to produce that signal. So if you took it, you'd be able to produce it.
Fantastic.
But
That
not
is
just by
currently my
quickly
plan.
looking at it and saying.
And he said he was repressing it in a way.
Yeah, effectively, he's pumping out the anti-signal kind of deal, such
Got
that if
it.
anyone tries to actually turn it on, they sort of cancel each other out.
And that sort of anti-signal is coming from his setup on his desk, or it's coming from elsewhere?
That's the setup on his desk, as he
Cool.
described it. Yeah.
Okay. Would I be able to say, if theoretically, if I were to re-enter this warehouse place, turn off his anti-signal, can I also boost up the signal going out from?
Theoretically, yes.
Could I make it be louder?
Yes, I would allow that to happen. You'd need to be alone with it for a little bit in order to do so. Additionally, if he checks it frequently enough, he could.
Oh, this is not a stealth thing. I'm
Okay.
talking about walking back in and in full sight of this other person, switching off his
Yeah, this is
device
certainly
and making it turning up the volume more or less. Not stealth, not trying to be in any way sneaky about it. Just like turn this up. Let's see what happens.
Absolutely. That is certainly something you could do. But once you are away from it, you are obviously no longer in control of what he does with it from there. And obviously he knows it well enough to know, like he's very clearly set this thing up. So he has some knowledge about Fix. So if you mess with it, it's possible that he would be able to understand that you messed with it.
I would like to suggest this to the group. We could make a very loud beacon to the real Dorian Gray right here, right now, based on this sphere, what we've got going on here. We can turn off the anti-signal and we can ramp up the signal such that this is the loudest place and see what happens.
I don't think it has to be here. I think he will give it to us if we ask in the right way.
Yeah, I bet. This guy is not like suspicious of us at all. He really wants this job that he thinks we can give him. You could definitely take that sphere and we could just go and never look back. This kid is like definitely dangerous, but he could be useful to stay in touch with and keep him on some kind of leash.
I have a idea for this. Nona, can you hack into the radio that was playing? Set it up perhaps to a microphone?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. Sorry, I love that joke.
Great.
Yes, I can do this.
Trying to maximize effect. Let's
Most
do
speakers
that.
can be turned into microphones. Although I don't think simultaneously. We would have to turn off the radio. They usually only work in one direction.
Sure.
You can turn a speaker, you can turn it into speakers and microphones are the same thing. They just, some of them pick up.
No, I don't want to
stuff.
I don't want to turn the speaker into a microphone. I want it to still be a speaker. I want to hijack the radio frequency. I just want to display on the frequency so he can hear like a voice come through the radio.
Oh, yeah, we could probably do that.
Yeah, you could hijack that signal.
Fantastic.
Okay,
I'm just about to go mess with all this stuff on this man's
Let's
desk.
just do that.
Might require a
freak
little
this guy the
bit
fuck out.
more. Yeah, 100% ghost, man.
Claire, you have a knack for prophecy and poetry. Do you think you could whip up a quick speech on how he has proven himself and given us much to think about, but he must return the thing that he has taken?
Oh, I love this so much.
Something like that.
I love this so
and
much.
I will.
Theater Alex is really just
And Alex
going the
is
extra mile.
and
today.
Alex is gonna like mess up his hair and like kind of like put it down in front of him, and like bunch up his like jacket. And I will stand in front of that door with my hands out and not say a word until he hands it to me.
Okay. Are we going to be able to change my voice or
I kind of
No,
like
you-
your voice.
Okay.
For this.
Yeah, I can do that.
Believe
Yeah,
in
your
you.
voice can actually be kind of unsettling.
Just make sure. Okay.
That's not an insult.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
Just make sure you're
You'll
out of
do
sight.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do
Everybody.
If you can get some of that prophecy voice going with the reverb on it, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we could make that work. As I look at Philip, who sets up these filters.
Significantly looking at me. Well, do you actually? Is-
Can
okay,
Claire
it's
actually
canon.
do that, or
Let's
is
do it.
Claire
Let's do
just
it.
going to be doing vibrato like,
All right.
hello?
This is important.
It
If this
is
is a
me,
thing
I
she
am
can pull out that voice on the fly,
spooky.
that we need to know.
Oh, that would be so cool.
Yeah. Well, we can.
No,
Yes,
we
it's
have
canon.
we have a
We got it.
microphone.
Yeah, we'll do
All
that.
right.
Yeah,
Nona
yeah.
can do the thing.
Yeah. Okay, so the idea being we're gonna somehow hijack the frequency here and such that the voice is going to go through the radio.
Mm-hmm.
So our plan is spooky voice comes through the radio, says, hey, you've in an artistic way.
You've drawn our interest, but you must return what
What
you
you
have
s-
wrongfully taken.
and
you
then
have
just
to- you have-
Alex is gonna appear at the door with arms outstretched.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And that's what we're gonna do.
All right.
Oh, we're gonna freak the heck out of this person.
Okay. Yeah. I'll be here then.
All right.
Oh,
Great.
one last touch. If it's not too much, Claire, when he hands it to me, when it touches my hands, make it disappear from his sight.
Oh,
Okay, yeah,
I
I'll do
like
that.
that.
All right. Okay. Here we go.
I didn't realize we were a theater troupe. Man, I'm
Guess we
taking
are.
this.
I love it.
All right.
Meanwhile, Goro's just sitting, twiddling his thumbs next to a very still
Nona
blonde.
immediately starts hacking the.
Are
the
you guys
ra-
going back in?
Well, so that's
No.
actually the question.
No.
I think the goal as the plan is laid out is to hijack this thing. Like locally, do you ever see those things with iPods that you could do back in the day before you could actually jack into your car where you sort of took over the radio station locally?
I see.
And it
Okay.
just played your iPod's tunes.
All right,
I don't know
yeah.
if it was Bluetooth or whatever, but basically in this
Contained.
warehouse area, we are looking to jack the signal.
Okay. Yeah.
We're going to send a stronger radio signal on the frequency that the radio is currently playing and
Okay.
microphone Claire into it.
All right. So you guys have this set up. It does take some time, but he is.
Oh, yeah. We're going to make him wait.
He's not moving a muscle. Like he is like, this has got to be a part of it, right? This is like, I'm not going to move from this spot. I'm just going to like wait and like.
Can I send a command to Juan
Yeah,
to just
absolutely.
tell him to watch Goro, like wherever he is, just like slowly.
Yeah. Is he going to turn his head? Or-
Yeah.
So yes.
Like while I'm working on this, just before we do this program, we're just gonna say, just watch.
No. When you're ready, just make Goro tap his ear. Just like no words. Just
Make Goro or Juan?
no, Juan.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
I'm very confused about these people. And don't tap Goro's ear. Juan should tap his own ear.
Important clarification.
I make Juan put a finger in Goro's ear.
Oh, I love it. Okay, yeah. So we're going to
All right, that is
do
set
all
up.
of that.
So
I love it so
you're
much.
making me come up with a speech on the fly.
Yep.
Here we go.
Claire wants to be a part of the team.
Yeah, come on, Claire, you got it. Use his full name if you can.
Hello, Goro Sato. We have been pleased with the performance that you gave our two friends there. But you must return what is rightfully ours. Please direct your attention to the door on the far wall, please.
And I just opened the door a little bit so that it like swings forward on its own. And I want to stand fully in the doorway, just kind of like taking up the thing, hair like pulled forward in front, so that's kind of like hiding the face. Again, just like hood halfway up, not looking up at him, but like looking down towards the floor, like hands like out like that.
Retrieve the beacon and give it to the man at the far end of the warehouse. Do not speak to him. After you have done this, we will contact you. Welcome to the Dorian Gray Initiative.
Everyone gives Claire a silent thumbs up.
No, wouldn't actually do that, but Kirsten
Just
is
me,
totally
then.
2 thumbs up. Great job, Claire.
Mike is doing that.
Love it.
And so you guys wait like 30 seconds, and you're peeking through the cracks in the wooden boards on the windows, and you see Goro like get up and just go over and start rummaging on that table, and still open, comes out with it, kind of very gingerly, and sees Alex at the other end, closes the top of it up, and walks over to him and sort of bows his head as he sort of presents the beacon.
I'm going to have Juan walking directly behind him
Okay.
just this entire time.
Alex, do you take it, or does he need to place it in your hands?
He needs to place it in his hands.
He notices this and then regathers himself and just gingerly places it in your hands, does a quick bow, and moves to the side so Juan could walk out the door.
So once it's there, I pause, hoping that Claire is able to like make it disappear. But just like for like a second, just so that he sees it disappear. If he does or doesn't see it disappear, whatever. And then I turn around and I walk straight back from the warehouse.
All right.
Juan will follow out and close the door dramatically.
I'm going to roll the thing. Oh, he just missed it.
Oh,
He needed a
sad.
15 and he got a 14.
Nice.
So as he places it in your hands, as he's still looking at you, it just vanishes from his sight. And like, this is also a thing that he can't even remember what he placed there.
Mhm.
He just remembers like walking to you, giving you something, but not specifically what, and just is kind of standing there in disbelief. as the door closes.
I walk
behind you.
straight at first, like kind of just being in the doorway, and then as soon as the door closes, I make a hard like 90 degrees and try to run up behind the warehouse so that he.
I love it so much.
You just duped this guy.
Yeah, like 100%.
We
Very
didn't
bad.
need to.
Yeah, and if I pass everybody, I'm just like, let's go. We gotta go.
We gotta go.
We got the stuff.
We gotta get
Except,
away.
wait, really fast. He's gonna die if we leave.
Easy.
I mean, you don't know that.
I
I
don't
thought he
know
wasn't
that for
being
sure.
followed.
That he knows of.
Hmm.
Listen to me. You
We
leave
can
people
keep him-
places and people die.
Yeah. Okay.
Is
okay.
that a rule?
As far as I can tell, yes.
All right, these organizations are built on secrecy. We got to at least get. We can keep an eye on him, but for now, we just have to make sure he can't see us running away with this
Oh
thing.
yes, no, I
Yeah.
agree with that. Maybe we go reconvene on the roof of the warehouse.
It's you guys can just walk somewhere else. You don't
Yeah,
have
no.
to walk up a ladder to the roof of the place.
Literally
that
on
you-
the roof. Just like, hey guys, that went really great. Good job, everybody. Amazing reverb, Claire. Great job.
Thank you.
10 out of 10.
That was
Good
not
feat,
actually
absolutely.
in
Okay.
character, unfortunately.
We'll keep an eye on him. Yeah, he can definitely take care of himself, though, from what we saw.
Yeah. Honestly, seems like kind of a menace. If we wanted to keep on duping him, maybe like he could be useful to us. But like, kid's dangerous. You've seen the kind of like jobs that he's been taking.
Yeah.
He'll do anything. He doesn't have
He
the
is
morals.
incredibly suggestible. I would like to call out
Extremely.
there is a parallel here between him and Juan. Juan is neither good nor evil. Juan does what I tell him to do, and it is up to me to decide his morality. In the same way, perhaps this person could be controlled and moved towards a similar purpose.
The best case, that's what I meant by he could be useful, but I think you've got to worry about a type like that a little more than your drone pal. That's all.
Humans are unpredictable, aren't they?
Yeah.
For now, I mean, I think this was a pretty good haul. Donna, you think you can like work on this? Maybe get us some more leads on the actual Dorian Gray?
Do you want me to turn it on now?
Maybe not right now. We're still like hoofing it back, aren't we?
Yeah.
Where are we
let's,
going? We should come up with a place.
so you
to
guys have obtained a
reconvene.
beacon that you assume would contact Dorian Gray, the actual person that you're trying to contact. So right now it is like starting to become light out. So there might be arguments to be made. I'm kind of tired. We could head back to the boat.
Yeah, me too.
Sleeping.
Yeah. Yeah, I can take a little
Did
nap.
we get Goro's contact information?
No.
We did not.
Okay, that's fine.
We know where he lives, though.
It's true.
Okay.
Float in, put stuff on his phone again. No, I'm kidding. I don't do that.
So
Cool.
let's,
Yeah, head back
yep.
to the boat.
Back to
Yeah,
the ship.
let's
Yeah.
retire.
You
All right,
guys
but-
head back to the boat
Mortals.
with
To
an
sleep.
artifact in your tow, one that will contact the person.
Probably in
that
our
you-
pocket.
Yeah, well, in your pocket, however you want to carry it. That will be able to contact the very person that you've been trying to meet for ever since you got that little letter
Yeah,
that said the word on it.
darn
And
straight.
you won't be able to turn it on until next time.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's a bit of a bummer.
but we had a whole 5 minutes left
We
by my
figured it out.
watch.
Not according to my timer.
Oh yeah,
Like,
my timer goes 2 hours total,
Why do we have
including
separate timers?
pausing, interrupting.
There's only one timer. It's what's being recorded.
I haven't
Well,
started a
then.
timer.
It's been an hour
My
and a half.
timer says
Yeah.
we have
Yeah, no,
2
you got it.
hours.
I
No,
have
no,
a
you're
timer
right,
that
you're
has
right.
85 minutes on it.
No, and I record exactly 2 hours from when we kind of sort of start trying to do the
our
thing,
outro
and they're
really gonna be
remarkably
bickering over
overlapped.
Yeah, this is our outro. We're
I'll see
bickering
you
over
next
how
time.